Hello everyone, Tina Sporting Trance channel here today. I have been moved to do a video from Jesus about the Charlie Kirk assassination. I have been very moved by it, and I'm not quite sure why things move me sometimes. There's lots of bad news on the news, and it of course comes across our social feed. So, but you wonder when there's a particular emotional reaction, what is going on there. But before we get to that, I just want you to know that we have put up an in-person retreat that is coming in March of 2026, and it's in the Bahamas. So if you want to get a end of winter getaway and hang out with some other Course in Miracles people and listen to Jesus channel, you may want to go check that out at channelingjesus.com. Let's see what Jesus has to say to us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. Your guidance system is impeccable and constant. And we want you to understand that your journey here in separation is a challenging one. It is a place where you decide whether you love or fear. The third dimensional environment in which you live is not the only environment in which humans evolve. It is one of many levels of consciousness, and it is one of the lower levels of consciousness. In actual fact, you do believe, and you have been taught, that this is the be-all and end-all of life and intelligence, and it is not. This is where many battles take place between fear and love. And what you are witnessing across the planet, not just in North America, but what you are witnessing across the planet is a response from beings who understand that it is loving to speak. It is what we would call a human right, in that sense, that to live a life and be happy and speak and create and express yourself is what you are designed to do. And when you see somebody who is doing just that, speaking and expressing themselves in what you would consider a reasonable way, to see that taken away so tragically, so young, is a shock to the system. One of the downsides of what you have in your society right now is a social media system that brings you tragedies on a minute-by-minute basis in real time. You are not designed to watch murder. You are not designed to watch buildings falling on children. You are not designed to see things being blown up. And when you participate in these things, through, we will say no apparent fault of your own, you become traumatized, because the brain, as it is designed within the ego's thought system, believes what it sees. It sees someone being killed, and it then says, you may be next. It does not truly understand that that image you are seeing is on the other side of the world or the other side of the country. Your brain will respond as the ego's brain is designed to respond, which is, this is dangerous. And so it will instill fear in you or traumatic tears. And this is what most people are experiencing. They are not only experiencing sadness at the loss of a life of a young person, but they are feeling and experiencing their ego's warning that danger is imminent. And so the reaction is very, very intense. Many of you have been feeling this in watching other death stories on your social media, and you are getting depressed, you are getting sad, you are getting angry. What we want you to remember is that you are not designed to live this way. And it's important, if you want to return to peace, equanimity, and happiness, that you must stop watching these kinds of things. Now, of course, the pervasiveness of these images is very, very difficult to avoid in your modern day, because of these phones that you have become so attached to, because of this dialogue that is going on between the light and the dark. The light and the dark are at war. There is no doubt about it. You can feel it, you can see it, you can experience it. And many of you are indeed experiencing it, where things are happening that you know should not be happening. Things are happening that feel very, very wrong if you believe in freedom, creativity, self-expression. We want to remind you that you are created in the image of the divine, which is creative, self-expressive, and loving. And that is what you are at your natural frequency. But of course, you have come into separation. You believe in things that are not loving and freedom-seeking and self-expressive. You are conditioned and reconditioned every single day into believing that you are weak, into believing that you are vulnerable, into believing that death is imminent. And in that re-indoctrination every day, you become weaker and weaker and weaker. And these are some of the reasons that you are feeling so strongly. You have a phrase on your planet called the straw that broke the camel's back. And for many beings, what happened the other day is indeed for them a straw that broke the camel's back. And the control that they've had over their emotions, the management that they've been exerting over their fears and concerns about the world at this time came rushing through because of the shock. When something happens very, very quickly and you're not expecting it to a beloved being, you will feel an intense release because the shock means you cannot cope anymore with what you've been coping with. So, for example, you may lose a family member close to you in a sudden car accident or some such thing, and all of the fears, all of the stresses, all of the worries that you have been managing will come rushing through because you are constantly mitigating the ego's thought system. We are here to tell you this. This is a spiritual war that is happening not because of the devil. It is a war between your right thinking mind and your ego. So when you see the battle outside, when you see the war outside, when you see the murder outside of you, we want you to understand, and this is absolutely true and applies across the board. The outside condition is a reflection of the inner world. The violent movies you watch, all of these sorts of things, the fights you have in your head with people that you have a resentment with, these frequencies, because you do not understand the power of these frequencies, have to manifest on the movie screen in front of your very eyes. And this is what is happening at this time. All of the indoctrinations into violence, all of the belief in judgment and attack, manifest in the outside world. You cannot erase the movie screen. You have to change the projector. And it is so important for those of you in pain over this particular incident. We honor your suffering and we understand that it is very real. Our dear one has been expressing a deep sadness over the last few days as well. In fact, she had to wait a couple of days to be able to do this video because of her upset and her emotions. And that is as it should be. Shocking negative events are painful for humans. That is the way it is, and that is okay. But we want you to understand the truth, which is that it is in your interior world that you will heal this. Not heal it as in letting anyone get away with anything, which is the first place that the enraged ego mind goes, but to this idea that the outside reflects the inside. You are not taught this. This is the truth of creation and miscreation. The course is a mind training program. It is a spiritual mind training program because, and that sounds weird to you, you think, I don't want someone to train my mind. Well, your mind is trained. Your mind is trained by Disney. Your mind is trained by Anheuser-Busch Natural Light. Your mind is trained by the church. Your mind is trained by your parents and television and all of the things that you have been consuming your entire life. Do not think that you are not mind controlled. You are mind controlled. Your mind controlled by institutions that are not loving and that do not have your best interests at heart. And this is why you are seeing such a chaotic world at this time. Why is there an amplification of it? Well, this is the end of a spiritual season and there are reconciliations to have at this time. Reconciliations not in the terms of Judgment Day where you are going to be sent to hell or heaven. No. Reconciliations in the sense that there is an ascension process going on and the frequency required for you to graduate into the next level of consciousness is that more than 50% of your consciousness must be aligned with loving thoughts. Now, 51% may not seem that much to you, but it is quite a bit when you think of all of the hateful things that you think or say or worry about, the fears you have. These are all negative, below 50% ideas. The mind training of A Course in Miracles is designed to get you to the 51% mark and above, of course, depending on your dedication and your practice. So if you are reeling from what has happened over the last couple of days, understand that it is natural. It is not a sign that you are mad or anything like that. It is indeed the sign that that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and you have been coping with a lot of things, albeit poorly at times. And now is the time for you to turn inward and understand the truth, which is the outside condition reflects the inner world. The person that shot Charlie Kirk, his inside condition caused his external behavior. It caused the manifestation of his behavior. Behavior is driven by belief. If you believe something, then you will act in accord with it. And that goes for all of you too. If you believe that people are bad, you will act as if people are bad. If you believe that you have been abandoned by God, then you will act in accord with that belief. You have not been abandoned. You have been sent a guidance system that is constant and impeccable, and it is set at the frequency of love. When your thoughts wander away from loving thoughts, creative thoughts, freedom-seeking thoughts, self-expressive thoughts, inspired thoughts, then you will begin to feel worse and worse and worse if you keep on that trajectory. What we want you to understand is that you are all extremely powerful creators. You've been taught that you are individual bodies that are fallible and weak, and this image of a young man being killed proves to the ego mind that you are fallible and weak and you should hide in your house sitting only on your couch. That is the game that is being played here. Can you choose between love and fear? Can you choose between spirit and the material world? We are not asking you to become monks. We are not asking you to give up all your worldly possessions. What we are asking you to do is to train your mind so that the guidance system you have tuned to the frequency of love matches your thoughts. And in that tuning in, you will become a most powerful, congruent creator. When you are cowering in fear or in angry vengeance mode, you are not at the frequency of your guidance system and you will feel terrible. So if you feel terrible right now, find a quiet place to sit, go inside and close your eyes, take a few deep breaths and pray for guidance from your guides and teachers, whoever you pray to, it's okay. Pray to your guides and teachers to be shown the path of love that is designed for you, and do this on a regular basis. Offer up your mind, body, and soul to love and do your very best to begin to become willing. If you are not willing right now, begin to become willing to train your mind using A Course in Miracles. I am that one that you know as Jesus. You are here on earth learning and unlearning, growing and expanding. Through contrast, you learn what works, you learn what harvest you reap, what seeds you sow, and what they bring to you. By their fruits ye shall know them. Violence is not the answer. Love is the answer. And if nothing else in the last few days, it must be clear to you that the mind is where the problem is. You must train your mind. And so do this for your loved ones, do this for your community and your country. Train your mind into the frequency of love using A Course in Miracles, and understand that you will then rise above the battleground, and you will no longer be in this horizontal good and dark war. You will be above the battleground, guided by your guides and teachers, by love and by Christ consciousness. It is a time for cultural evolution, not revolution, but evolution through the training of your inner world. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again soon. Thank you for joining me today. And once again, please check out channelingjesus.com. We have an amazing online community with many, many people and over 1,000 videos for you to help in this journey of ascension. It's $33 US a month, but you have endless access to all of the videos, the Q&As, and 3 live streams a month from Jesus, 3 90-minute live streams, 2 90-minute ones and 1 60-minute one. We are doing a book club as one of those live streams. Go to channelingjesus.com and join our community, and think about joining us in March for an in-person retreat. Thank you very much, and God bless.